Alrighty. I hope this mic's working. When I mess with this mic, it does some weird stuff. Um, Let me explain something about having a balance in life. The whole thing about any religion is the fact that it's written by men. That's the reason why I shy away from religions. But there is an energy. And if you don't believe me, think about splitting of the atom. It's powerful. The energy within the body has to be balanced at all times. For me, it's way out of balance. My Dr. Craven, I was talking to him about that. My goal is my vitals to be strong, which they were, and I'm happy about that. I got to get my sleep back in check. When things are going with you, that your emotions are going crazy, things aren't going your way, you're on your job and just things are happening and you don't like it. Maybe you're a salesperson and you just can't seem to make a sale. My whole thing about positive mental attitude is changing. Primarily to say what you need to do is to accept the negativity and the positivity at the same time. Because always remember, there is no positivity if there's no negativity. Okay, it goes both ways. Now, for me, my goal is to get balanced. That's my goal, is to get balanced in life, being able to live life again. Dr. Craven wants me to go to a pool exercise for geriatrics. I'm in walking towards geriatrics. It's good for the body, and he's taking me off of medications. His mind is getting into getting me healthy again. Now, for a young person, for example, there's this one girl outside of Hooters, and she was just, you know, sometimes you just have to breathe. Just breathe, you know, and realize that if you can balance out everything in your life, that it's going to go much smoother. People tend to drain our energy. I talked to Dr. Craven about Timothy Croft. He knew precisely who Timothy Croft was. Timothy Croft was the type of guy that just, his energy was so strong that he drew in everybody, and everybody's like, yeah, I want it, Tim, I want it. To the fact he had to step down from the pulpit and being a pastor because he was so drained. For me, primarily my goal of being balanced is to get my health where it needs to be. That's what I'm basically my peer specialist. My peer specialist, the thing that I get a kick out of, is that a peer specialist and what he says to me about this, and this, my number one priority is to get my health back where it's supposed to be. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. At 77, check it out, guys. If I make it to 77 on this vlog, I will pick a particular song that you want me to dance to. It can be any song that has a beat to it because I'm going to dance when I turn 77. Primarily because my mom, dad, and sister all died at age 76. Guys, the whole thing that I'm trying to do is to learn how to be able to get in tune with my body, you know. And when you think, you have your you have your I'm looking at a comment somebody made. The whole point of what I'm trying to say with me is to get my health in check. So if you got age on you, obviously you're not balanced if you have health issues. You're not balanced. And The whole thing is that I'm in a situation that my health isn't where it should be. Dr. Craven, I like him because he is looking at my medications and deciding you don't need to be on this. There's no reason for it to have been written to you. I've said this about being out of sync is the fact that we end up being, I hate to say it, but just taking so many medications all the time. He's walked me off the statin and the metformin. Okay. But my whole point about living life in a balanced fashion, if you're worrying, what are you worrying about? What are you worrying about? You know, you feel sad. Have you ever asked yourself why you feel sad? What's making you sad? You know, for me, my whole thing is I want to go to a massage school and get a massage because that'll get your body feeling good. But when I do these vlogs, what I'm trying to say is I'm starting to transcend. And when you start to transcend and listen to what your brain is telling you through your visions and your ideas. And this is the reason why I'm making these vlogs now, to show people how to be able to get more balanced in life. You can do it through religion. No problems with that at all. You can do it with Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Taoism. You can do it in any religion. There's no rule of thumb. For me, it's energy. Energy is all around us. And once you can connect to that and become one with your body and balance between negative and positive. Because remember, you can't be positive unless you accept the negativity. That's pretty much it. Have a good one.